On the racetrack is the 2M of Tom Wyatt and the 77 of Red Jares. The winners will transfer to the A heats. This is an elimination heat. Because of COVID-19, we can only have 2 players, so we do eliminations and narrow it down to the 2 best cars. The 9M and the 38 are on the track. The 77 will transfer to the A heats. The 38 and the 9M are on the speedway. The 38 cuts across the 9M. The 9M cuts across the infield. Perfectly legal in this racing. These cars are steered magnetically, so they are allowed to cut across the infield or ride the wall. There's really no rules. Anytime there's a bad crash where they're pointing the wrong direction, we normally throw a yellow flag and reline them up. 65 is down on the bottom. The 55, Bruce Rayburn, is up on the top side. The outside groove did not come in. The 55 car could not get down to the bottom groove, and the 65 wins. He will move up to the A heats. '61, Rick Hunsley, against the 11M of Dave Shin. Hunsley down on the bottom. Dave Shin running up on the top. Shin starts reeling him in. Works his way around him. Now he's down on the inside. Hunsley moves on to the A heats. Dave Shin will be battling for the B. This is the race of the Many brothers. It's Dan Many in the 75, and the 6 is Tom Many. Dan Many's got the lead. Tom Many's run across the infield a few times. Dan Many looks like he's going to get the win and move up to the A heats. '75 gets the win. The next car on the track is the 15M of Tom Glover and the 22 of Mike Linder. Linder's hanging up on the outside. The inside is the preferred groove. Glover's running the rail. Linder's doing everything he can up on the outside. As they come off of turn number 4, Tom Glover wins it backwards. Cars on the track now is the 70M of Jay McCleary and the 4 of Rick Singler. And the 4 cars found his way across the infield a few times. 70 holds the lead down on the inside. The 4 is trying to chase him down. It looks like the 70M will get the win. He'll move up to the A heat. The R car and the 10 car. That's Dane Smith and Ken Scales. The R car is going across the infield quite rapidly. Gets put to the back. And spins out. The R car runs up on the outside. The 10 car moves up to the outside. The R car moves back to the bottom. Dane Smith comes off turn 4 and gets the win. The R car will transfer to the A heats. My mistake. We are in the B heats. These are all the cars that lost their elimination heat. We've got Tom Wyatt in the 2M, battling the 9M with Marky James. The winner of this would transfer up to the next heat for the B main. Looks like Tom Wyatt got the win. The 55 cars up on the outside, that's Bruce Rayburn. 61, Rick Hensley. Gets into the wall. Rayburn's running the preferred line now down on the rail. Cuts across the infield. Hensley gets back to him. They're close coming down the backstretch. But it looks like the rabbit Bruce Rayburn will get the win. On the track now, there's Mike Linder and Tom Many. And they're battling for the B. Linder's got a good lead. Tom Many looks like he's reeling him in a little bit. But it looks like Mike Linder will get the win and transfer on to try to win the B. There's another B elimination heat between the R, Dane Smith, and the 4, Rick Singler. Dane Smith ends up going across the infield again. Schindler now gets the lead. The R car cuts to the inside. Comes down the backstretch. Coming off turn 4. Dane Smith will transfer. 55 car. Now the 2M. Battling in another B elimination heat. The winner of this will go to the B main against the R car. Dane Smith. Bruce Rayburn got the preferred line. Appears to have edged the 2M with Tom Wyatt and eliminated him from a chance to win the B main, but just barely as they get together at the checkered. The win goes to Bruce Rayburn. The R car, Dane Smith, is down on the inside. It appears as though there is one more elimination. Mike Linder has something to say about it. He wants to move up and try to get some B main points, which will add up in the A points. More points are awarded for a B main win than for 8th place in the A. That's the incentive. To earn more points, ultimately to win the championship. And in the B main, even though the photographer has their finger partially over the lens, you can still see the action between the R car and the 55. It's Dane Smith and Bruce Rayburn. They are battling for the B main win. Rayburn gets the lead. Dane Smith got the preferred line. Neck and neck, they're side by side. Dane Smith trying to make a move. As they come into turn number 3. Rayburn gets on the wall, comes off the corner, and Dane Smith gets the B main win. As we start in the A elimination heats, it's John Arnberg and Don Harper, the 38 and 65. .38 gets the lead, he moves down to the bottom. Don Harper cuts across the infield. And John Arnberg extends his lead on the preferred line down on the inside. The 38 wins, and he moves up to the next A heat. In the next A heat, we have the 77 of Reg Ayers and the 75 of Dan Meny. Dan Meny has got the preferred line. He's down on the inside, and Reg Ayers does a U-turn and cuts across the infield and nails the win on the white flag lap and transfers to the A, next A heat. 70M, Jay McCleary, and the 11M of Dave Shin. Jay McCleary gets the lead, cuts across the infield, gets on the wall, comes off the wall. Dave Shin gets close to him as they come around to the checkered. Jay McCleary gets the win and will transfer up to the next A heat. On the track now, it's Ken Scales and Tom Glover. Tom Glover cuts across the infield, trying to gain on Ken Scales. Ken Scales had the preferred line, but moved up to the outside. He gets into the wall now. Ken Scales got the lead, but he gets into the fence. Coming off a turn 4, rides the wall. Tom Glover cuts across the infield, but cannot transfer to the next heat. 77 cars got the lead. Reg Ayers over Jay McCleary. Jay McCleary running second. Good point run for Jay McCleary. 77 car transfers. 10 car, the 38. Scales. Arnberg. Scales gets the line on him. Arnberg's running up on the outside. Arnberg cuts across the infield and back across the track. Now up on the outside in front of Scales. And it looks like Arnberg is going to transfer to the A main. Arnberg transfers to the A main. 20 laps against the 77 of Reg Ayers. As they start battling. It looks like John Arnberg went to move down to the bottom groove. They get together, coming into turn number 3. The lead's given back to Reg Ayers as he gets into the fence. Two are battling. John Arnberg spins out. Arnberg gets the lead now. He's down on the inside. Reg Ayers now down on the inside. Following Arnberg as they battle coming down the backstretch. This race is not over. It's 20 laps. as they come around. John Arnberg's running on the inside. Reg Ayers down on the inside. He's on his quarter panel. He gets the run on him, comes across the infield. They get together. Now the race is up on the outside of the racetrack. John Arnberg holds the lead. But here comes Reg Ayers as he closes the gap. As they come into turn number 3, coming off turn number 4, John Arnberg gets the win and wins the A-Main over Reg Ayers. Should shake things up in the points in the Everson dirt cars. Tribute to the Posse grounds.